So for those of you who don't know me, I'm just going to identify myself here. So I'm going to introduce myself or do a couple of confessions here, right? So, because, okay, so we'll just start from the beginning. So my name is Mark. I'm, among things I can't really see there, but I'm a performer in the 404's improv comedy group. I do improv comedy for a hobby, and every once in a while I get paid for it. Not often enough, frankly, but so I have fun. That's one of my primary hobbies. I'm also a big fan of just about everything. I love science fiction, fantasy, Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, all that stuff. And I work here at Comic Expo as well. I'm on the program staff, excuse me. And so you may have seen me do the hosting for the costume contest and the panels and stuff like that. And as you mentioned, I'm also I'm a corporate account executive. What that means is I stand in front of people like you guys on a regular basis, and I sell corporate software solutions, so like multi-million-dollar solutions to people, and make presentations like that to very, very uptight people with small holes here and large wallets there, shall we say. Anyways, a few years ago, I happened to meet the love of my life at a convention not unlike this, and that's her in a wonderful little dress, and that's me next to her. And 3 years ago, we actually started the next generation. Before you today to say, my name is Mark Nguyen, I'm 35 years old, I'm a husband, a father, a corporate executive, and I love My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. However minutes we can keep on going. But I'm going to finish up my little slide presentation. So as I was just saying, I'm a crazy adult who happens to love My Little Pony Friendship Magic and you work on it.
Thank you.
So I'm going to finish off my little deck here because, well, for starters, this was the season 1 thing from last year, and we just had season 2. And the wedding itself was really great.
You guys like the wedding?
But basically, you know, you come across the stigma a lot, right? So you watch a show for little girls. I'm 35. I'm a dad. I'm a husband, and we all love it, and we're all united together in this fandom because we just love this show and all the work that goes into it. And it's one thing, it's not because I do get asked this a lot. You say, well, you're a Brony, you like this stuff, and you watch it for the plot. The funny thing is, there's screenshots from the episodes too. But I decided that to segue into the Q&A part, I just wanted to some of the stuff that we found around the internet to describe, why, what makes a Brony. So I went around the internet and I found some of the signs that you might be a Brony, and I've assembled the top 10 lists. So going through them, first off, obviously you've watched every episode of the show. I'm sure there are some people out there in the audience today who have done that. Actually, I know Paul was watching episodes in the lineup, so. And singing too. Yeah, you purchased My Little Pony merchandise, sure, that's nice. In my case, it's for my daughter, but at the same time, and I can play with it well. Number 3, you truly, honestly think that just about anything can be made 20% cooler. I think that's pretty true. There's a sea of blue out there too. So. Okay, now number 4, recorder, you know what a bro hoof is. Now, for those who don't know, this is a bro hoof. This is not a bro hoof. I mean, or is it? For the slide, a buddy of mine actually has this unicorn hat. How would that work?
Tolerance and acceptance. That could be a bro hoof.
Next up, you have analyzed science, geography, and physics of a question. And the entire thing can be summed up in what it says here. Next up, you use the words some pony or any pony instead of somebody or anybody. And get your PowerPoint presentation to work. I do this for a living, right, at work, and just doing this here, when you're writing down some pony or any pony, it does kind of trickle in. So, okay, number 7, you have created and or have worn a pony t-shirt like this. And part of your pony costume, again, there's a lot of people out there, to bed, to work, instead of your shirt and tie. Great. You know every episode that contains a certain special symphony. And by that, I mean everyone's favorite background music. Derby can have a whole panel unto herself. Number 9, you start dreaming about incorporating ponies into the other shows you watch, such as Star Trek Next Generation. I'm sure that all the Next Generation actors would have loved this one. The Big Bang Theory. And you can't see with the projector, but he's wearing a kind of rainbowy, lightning sweater thing. Well, you want to see Tara though. And Dr. Nguyen, how'd that get in there? I'm just waiting for the day that Dr. Who gets his own lines. And finally, Game of Thrones. Anyways, and I love this because you can just imagine Lord Eddard Stark just singing that along with you. Anyways, wrapping up our list here, number 10, you have research. How interesting that happened to be number 10. So, well, she's already here with us, so for one more time, everyone put your hooves together and please welcome Tara Scott. I only had a few questions to start off with, sort of thing, and there are more serious questions, but I know that everyone has their own questions, and we really want to give them Q&A. This is our Brony Q&A, so I'll try to answer stuff that I know from Brony and things, and of course, Tara will answer what she knows from the Brony and things, and from the production and the things, and from all the other stuff. So I'll start off with the first question then, and this is one I want to know because I'm an actor here in Calgary as well, and I would like to know how you prepared for your role as Brony. How that's going.
I got a call from a girl named Lauren Faust. And she asked me if I had known My Little Pony, and of course I did. And I had ponies growing up. I actually grew up in a toy store when I was a little girl, and I had ponies, and I had all the stickers. And she said, I'm putting together this presentation. Do you mind doing the little sizzle reel for me? And I said, sure. And she came to my house, and I have a little home studio. And I recorded Twilight and Pinky, and I think Applejack may have been in just a little trailer for her to sell the show. which of course was insanely beautiful. Like, I knew right away she was not going to have problems on the show. So I already knew the ponies, and I knew Laura had worked together many times, and as soon as she made that presentation, they were like, sold. So that's that.
Great. So, well, we're going to throw it over to the floor, but I do want to know, like, because you record in LA, and the rest of the cast records in Vancouver.
Yes.
So just between the two locations, I mean, do you work, how do you work together when you're actually recording the show?
Well, I came up to Vancouver to do an episode, and the only problem is that
First, I have kids that I really miss, like this weekend, but I love you guys.
and also I'm working so much in LA that it's really challenging to go back and forth. I'd like to be with the cast. Full cast reports are really fun, but they all work together, and then I work by myself, and I ISDN to the directors and the producers, and just tell me what to do.
Well, I'll just finish off my page. We'll throw it up there. So, yeah, this is an obvious question here. What's your reaction to the Brony peanut? What's your history with the Bronies? That's what we say.
My history, I'm sorry if you've heard this before, but I actually didn't really know what a Brony was until I went onto Twitter.
And they taught me all sorts of things.
I was doing an episode of Big Time Rush, and Kendall said, "You don't Twitter?" And I said, "No, I don't really get it." And he said, "Watch this." And he wrote, "At Kendall Schmidt hanging with Tara Strong." And within 1 minute, I jumped from 100 to 500 followers. And I was,
Oh, that's Twitter.
okay. And then people started saying bronies, and I was like, wow. And then I was completely surprised, because I've worked on Family Guy and Fairly Odd Parents, Teen Titans, like a lot of shows where it's inviting an adult audience. And it, no question, surprised me, but it was like the most pleasant of surprises. And I like love them as much as they love My Little Pony. I think they're most amazing, supportive, non-judgmental, beautiful community, and I'm so honored to be a part of it and maybe inspire.
It's so great to actually to meet voice talent behind something we know and love so much, and to know that they love the show too. Yeah. They suck. Anyway, sorry. Finally, the last question I have is, without spoiling us, or maybe spoiling us, I don't know. What are you looking forward to in the third season of My Little Pony?
There's so much I wish I could tell you. You're gonna go nuts. I mean, there's one episode in particular that y'all are gonna freak out.
But I can't tell you.
Well, we freak out in pretty much every episode.
This one is, the one that I'm thinking of is a whole new level of freak out. I tweet spoilers. Don't you see my spoilers that I tweet?
That's yours.
The end.
Delicious.
I like that.
All right, well, let's throw it open to the floor for questions. Now, I'm going to pick people with hands up, and hopefully we'll get through as many questions as we can. I'm just going to put this over to that so you can start something else. All right, so let's see here. Let's start, see here, with the blue hat. Stand up, please, yeah.
In one episode, Twilight, informed by Spike, he was talking to a squirrel, and she calls the line, "I don't speak squirrel." Was that intentional, or?
I'm gonna guess that Lauren did that intentionally, because obviously Lauren worked on Powerpuff Girls, and I like the fan art that's come out about it, because obviously Bubbles does talk to squirrels. And when people ask like if there's anything physical about doing voiceover when I did talk to squirrels, I'd be and you know, Tom Kane's like, "Is this how you talk to squirrels?" I was like, "I guess so." Wasn't even aware that I was doing it, but Twilight cannot speak to squirrels, so one for Bubbles.
Okay, moving on, let's see here. Yeah, the kid with the green hat, yeah.
Who's your favorite pony other than Twilight?
Who's your favorite
I
pony?
hate when people ask that.
I really love them all. I think Pinkie Pie's really funny, and she kind of reminds me of Bubbles.
Yeah!
I know, and then there's like a whole new love going on in the wedding special, and I don't know. I mean, I kind of fell in love with Cadence. It was just such a cool. I don't want to be a spoiler for which Cadence, but there was one that I liked.
All right, let's see here. Yeah, ready for us. Go. Yeah, stand up, please.
Alright, tell me, what was your
which episode in season 2 did you have the most fun recording?
Less than 0.
I'm going to move over here to this side. Let's see here in the suit, yes.
Yes, Tara, we were watching the royal wedding episode and we were wondering, did you do the voice for impersonating your brother with the sandwich?
Yes.
Can you give me a sound bite? Sorry.
I suppose you guys remember what I said more than I did.
Let me bring up the script.
What did I say? As a sandwich. Oh, you're Twilight. I don't know. It was one of my boy voices.
Here's a quick question. What is the lead time between when you recorded and when it came out, which was just last week?
I think it's about 3 months.
3 months?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. I could be wrong. Don't quote me. I could be wrong.
Okay. Next up, yeah, it's right here.
Do you remember saying people during the recording of the end of season 2? Twilight says people. They wanted this ending episode.
She says it or she sees it? She says people instead of any pony or something? Why do you have to catch everything?
A Discord did it!
I'm sure, well, there has been, I'm sure there's a list of the somebodies and anybody's, because they do still say that every once in a while, right?
It's hard to always be
Right to the back, orange couch. Yeah, stand up, please.
What did you think of the derpy voice change?
Okay, I get asked this on Twitter all the time. So what I would like to say is that you're not alone, that the hub loves derpy too. But the problem was that some community members complained, I mean real people, not ponies, that it hurt their feelings or it was offensive. And you can't do that. And then the community came out saying, well, taking it off is hurtful. So they're sort of stuck. But the hub is with you and loves Derpy and loves her too, and I love her too. And I think it's such a great story where she came from, how it was an accident, and it's kind of, they're in a tough place because you can't be hurting people's feelings and then you can't hurt and not hurt. And if it's offensive to somebody, then you have to take it down, is usually the rule of thumb. So there are members of a community that find it offensive. So they're sort of tied, but just know that the hub's with you. They're not ignoring you, they're just sort of trying to make everybody happy, and it's not an easy position. Does that make sense? Yeah? They just don't want to hurt anybody, you know? Love and tolerance, exactly. I don't want you to think that they're irresponsible and not listening to the fans, because I just had a meeting with them, and they do, and they love Derpy. It's just that they're sort of tied with how to make it work.
All right, going to the back, glasses, holding your fingers like this. Yeah.
Where did you get the inspiration for the changings in the wedding episode? I tend to see it as you got from like some of the alien creatures in games like Warhammer and Starcraft.
Well, I'm very Twilighticious, but I don't write the show.
The writer of that episode, Megan McArdle, is so talented. I can always tell when it's one of her episodes. She's really such a great writer. And there's a lot of throwbacks to pop culture, like the one where the Big Lebowski's in the background of the bowling alley. But you'll have to sort of ask her. She's on Twitter, and I just showed her how to do it, so she'll answer questions too.
Are you loving that when you're reading the script out and you realize that there's a description of something like pop culture, like the Big Lebowski or anything?
Oh yeah, I get such a kick out of that. I mean, I think that when people say why do grown-ups like it, I think that's part of it too. There's like these little sort of hidden things for them. Yeah, like little kids are gonna know what the Big Lebowski is. So, yeah.
Okay, going around here, yeah, Discord picture.
I'd like to ask, what is your opinion on the background characters and the huge amount of fandom that's been based around them?
Well, I think, the huge amount of fandom is completely appreciated and cherished from any standpoint. And I think Lauren's designs, you guys would be so jealous because she brought them all to my house first. Like pages and pages, and the reason you love her so much is she loves it too, and she's so good at it, and she put thought into every single piece. And now, through her guidance, everyone does too. And I think everything about the show is beautiful, which is another reason why people are drawn to it. So as a whole, like it's beautiful. So we love it.
Let's see here, Yellow Cat. Please stand up. Yeah.
I was wondering, how did you feel working with this boy?
Well, I didn't work with him,
He's
but
kind of standing at the back of the room.
I thought I could get away by doing a little research and listen for a while.
And I said, oh no, you've got to come by.
Well, we were in the middle of question and answer, so if it's okay with you, John, we'll just keep on going with that.
Sure.
Okay. Red Cap.
Your episode, less than zero. Of all the episodes, I always thought it was fantastic. And the cut where you pop in the balloon and the hi girls. You take to do that, right?
You know, typically with animation, for those of us that do it all the time, it's between 1 and 3 takes. And it keeps it really organic. Sometimes with My Little Pony, we do a little bit more just for coverage. I can't really honestly tell you how many times that particular line took. But I know for me, I'm going to get it right between 1 and 3. That's a good.
you have to tell me what I said.
Hi, girls. Oh, hi, girls. Hi, girls.
Middle there in the black shirt.
Tara, what was your favorite song from season 2?
Oh, well, you know what? I don't do the singing because I'm not in Vancouver and all the cast is there and it's easier to do the singing stuff there. I wish I did because they're really cute. But there's nothing that compares to the wedding songs. The Big Brother, I mean, I was crying. If I'm going to cry in a cartoon that I made, you know it's good. She did a great job. And the girl sounds, I can't remember her name, I'm having a brain fart, help me. She sounds exactly like me, so it's a great job. And I think those songs are really great.
Let's see here. Perfect picture.
My friend, she actually wants to give you a picture, Tara, but she's too shy to ask.
Well, bring her up here. Oh, is that for me? It's very Twilight wishes.
Notice nobody's bringing you any pictures.
We've got a Discord picture in the audience gallery. And everyone reaches for their pants. Let's see, Yellow Cat. Who's
The
next?
white pony with the pink mane, where does she live? I swear to God, she lives in Camelot and then she lives in Ponyville.
What?
No, she has a pink mane, and she was in the very first scene where Twilight gets bombarded by these 3 ponies that are going to move down to the party.
Discord did it.
Discord did it!
In the production of animated specials such as My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, they create several background characters which are used and reused as necessary depending on the situation. Back in that side, Spike Hat.
Yes.
Everyone's wearing hats. This is awesome.
So, with your army, are you planning on world domination?
Yes. And like y'all to sing now, please. Twilight Licious.
So Tara, what was the inspiration for that?
It's so funny because really I don't know. I just get so silly sometimes, like some of the earlier pictures I deleted. And I learned really on the internet you can't delete anything. And it just came to me one day to put it down like as a Twitter, like, you know, typed message, and then I found vocal twit. Wow, that's fun. And I don't know why it came to me, and then I put it down, and then like within a couple of days it was this adorable video, and you know, watched several 100,000 times and retweeted it, and I'm like, I love the Bronies because they're so fun. I mean, I did a Twilight Licious, I did a Harley Licious, and I did a Ben 10 Licious, and I did an Omi Licious, and I don't know, a few other Liciouses, but only Twilight got animated, so she's the best pony, and Bronies are best fans.
Someone should have a Discord question, because we're lucky to have him.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to ask.
Because he's got to go.
Okay, I'm
so
going to
hurry
ask.
up.
Let's ask John a quick question or two. So a question for John. Let's see here. You over here. Yellow.
Okay, yeah, I just had a quick question. How did you get involved in voicing Discord for My Little Pony in the first place? What?
I got a call from my agent saying you have a job. My Little Pony. Showed up, did it. A couple of months later, my this particular email site that I have was, I don't know, there are like 400 or 500 emails the next day. I'm like, what is this? So I'm actually here because obviously I live in another world called Star Trek. No, not real. But I'm fascinated by this world. It's the new sort of world that I've stepped into, as it were. So I thought I'd come over, and we met just a few hours ago in the green room, and I thought I'd come over and sort of listen. You guys are great.
So, John, just for reference, how long were you in the studio when you did the first time, the first episode?
Oh, I don't know, 2 hours, 3 hours.
That's proud, guys.
I mean, I was there with a full cast, and we did, I think, 2 episodes. And then I recently did one, maybe a couple of, a month or so ago.
Hey, Bronies, he's new. That's called a spoiler. You better say Rule 34. He's running, okay?
That was, and there was a lot. There was a lot to do, and I was just being.
Don't say anything else about that.
Why did they put lipstick on Q?
Because it went with my high heels. Sorry, more of a Brony question.
Maybe a Brony question for John here. Right here.
How do Star Trek fans compare to Brony?
You were more exuberant. they haven't somehow over, I mean, when you consider that Star Trek started in 1965 or something like that, and then was picked up again in 1985, and I think that maybe they have, what's the word, they forged a path for fandom, as it were. But no, what I find really sort of interesting is that My Little Pony is very colorful. I mean, and I don't mean just up there, you know, just on the thing. It's a very, very colorful group of people. So. I say that as I'm looking at this lady here with me. Well, one more. I actually do have to go back to my Star Trek people. So.
What was your first physical, like an in-person interaction with Brony? Where was that?
Probably here.
No, it wasn't here. I had just, let me see it. I was at a convention where it was about Doctor Who. I was there for Torchwood in particular. And I had a couple of there were a couple of Torchwood people there as well as the writers. And they said, they finished talking and what have you, and they said, "Can we have our first question?" And I got up and said, "When is Discord coming back?" And you knew something about Twilight Licious or something. And I went, "Oh my God." And the people next to me were going, I said, "This is not really the time to ask." And then I said, it's a cartoon that I did, you know, and so the moderator said, "Okay," and then I said, "Well, I am coming back, but you see it." Next question, please. Next question. How did you get the job of Discord? This has been taken over. With that, I have to go.
I've just decided that surprises are very Twilight-licious.
Right. Oh, we were doing a Q&A with you, Tara.
Oh, yeah!
All right, well, let's get right back to the questions here. We've got a Fluttershy in the corner. Yes.
Can we get our
Oh.
entire row would like
Oh!
what would it be?
Probably one of these. I've actually thought about that, believe it or not. I would have to say, I guess a microphone, right? I guess. With a big heart on it, maybe. A microphone with a heart. No, it's not a cute face, the twirling face. It has to be cute. Sheesh.
Right here in the front.
What was your least favorite episode of Earth? Or when Earth to phrase it differently, which one did you have trouble with more?
I don't think I had trouble recording. Sometimes if it's a lot of episodes, like so there's like this sort of double-edged sword where I love doing Twilight and I love when she has the bulk of what to do in a show, but then sometimes when there's 80 lines in a show, it gets to be tiring, but that's the only time where you're like, okay, and then I take a break and get some tea or whatever it is, especially if she's yelling a lot at Spike or whatever's going on, or going crazy. I know y'all love when she goes crazy. But there's never been an episode I did not like.
Yes, right. Sorry.
This is kind
kind of touched on as we were talking, but how much does this influence the actual show? Like the Brony fan?
Well, like I said before, Hasbro, at least the hub, they embrace you guys and love you, and I think it's so nice to have that. I've been doing animation a long time. I've never seen a fan base like this that has influenced the show. And they did do a little shout out to you guys. And then I do Mad TV sometimes, and I'm like, you gotta put something Brony in there if you're gonna make fun of the show. So I don't know if you saw that Warhorse one where...
They approached you specifically for that, did they? Or?
Well, I do Mad TV quite a bit, and they wanted me to do the My Little Pony thing, and then when I was in there, I'm like, we gotta do a Brony shout out. We have to. So I'm sort of spreading the love with you guys, because a lot of my people are like, what's a Brony? If they say what's a brownie, I say it's a dessert. But I sort of taught them about, the only thing I can think of is because of the internet and social media and Twitter and Facebook and getting to see who your favorite voiceover actors are and supporting them, that means the world to us, so why wouldn't I embrace you guys? Why wouldn't I? Like, there's just no reason for it. There's so much love coming from this fan base. Teen Titans has a tremendous fan base. Harley Quinn, I've been so lucky. I've been on shows that have such a huge fan base, but this one brings the most love, no question.
Your red cap. Yep. Send it, please.
What is your opinion on Bronies being the cancer of the internet?
I feel like if it's on the internet or on TV, there's gonna be a group of haters somewhere, like for no reason. There's no reason for them. I get hate mail on Twitter and I just block people. Like, they know that I'm your queen. And the stuff I get might scare someone else away, but it's not scaring this pony away, and I don't understand any kind of prejudice or judgmental stuff at all. And being that it's a show that promotes friendship and love and understanding and compassion, these people are just so sad that I just block it and then don't even think about it. And that's what y'all need to do, because they're just stupid.
Okay, bring it back to why Sparkle Happy, because we're talking with Tara.
Has there been any word on like a movie being made?
I haven't heard anything, but if they replace me with Zoe Deschanel, I'll be pissed.
You are our hero.
Thank you.
Okay, Richard, yes.
If you could write your own episode, what would happen in it?
Funny, you should say. Megan, I just had lunch with Megan. She's like, so, anything you want Twi to do? I'm like, So, can't tell you. Sorry.
That's a spoiler in itself.
Okay, wait. I got a better idea. What would you like her to do?
Oh. What would you like? Actually, let's throw it back to the original question asker. What would you like Twilight to do in an episode? This is a PG-13, PG.
I'd like to see her back in the Canterbury and see what happens when she returns to her original home.
Good job.
Like something out of a monster manual.
I would like a Twilight-licious episode. I've actually told the hub y'all need to make some toys and clothes that are Twilight-licious with matching outfits for their owners. Hopefully they'll get on that. Wouldn't it be cute to have little Twilight-licious outfits? That'd be cute.
One, to answer your question, she had asked you if you had any sessions. I'd like to see more Luna in the episodes.
More Luna?
More Luna.
Yeah! For the new Lunar Republic!
My actual question towards you is not as Twilight, but as Tara Strong. Who do you like better, Celestia or Luna? Uh-oh.
Wait, Celestia or who?
Luna.
When they do this. I'm gonna have to say Princess Celestia because she's... I don't know. Gosh darn it. I so much that it's sort of become like, because Twilight wants to please her so much, and because voiceover actors become their characters in those moments, I sort of feel like that same way. And whenever I see this long, "Dear Princess Celestia," and all this stuff, I don't know, I sort of become that. So that's the only reason I would answer that. Sorry if that breaks me.
We have time for a couple more questions, I think, and then there's something, a little bit of a sing-along that I would like to do. It's a little bit in trivia, so it takes a little bit of setup. We're going to need you, Mark. But anyway, so a couple more questions first. And so let's see here. Yeah, great.
Me? There are a lot of village and minor antagonists on the show. Which is your favorite? Like, Discoordinator, Moon, whatever the changing queen was called.
I'm gonna go with her. She was pretty hardcore. I mean, the Changelings was so awesome. But I really did like that. I thought it was so well done.
Hang on. This is for a minute. So let's throw it back to the back there, yeah, with the Justin Bieber kind of thing going.
There's a main six, but Twilight is usually seen as the leader of the group. Who do you think is most impacted in the herd by Twilight?
I think it sort of depends on the episode. I can't remember if did the one air yet about reading? Just kidding. No, I think it sort of depends on the episode. You know, like how she inspires the other ponies and how they inspire her.
Sure. Anyways, yeah, a couple more questions here. Princess Celestia.
So my favorite student.
I like the Twilight-licious remixes. I think they're all really funny and clever. I listen to as many as I can. The other stuff I don't listen to that much, just because I don't have like a ton of time, but if I can catch something on the internet, I'll watch it, and there's nothing I'm going like, there's nothing I'm like, that was stupid. Like, they're all kind of fun. Just the same with any part of the fandom, it's all fun. I haven't seen anything I didn't like, so if you want to warn me. Okay.
Final question. Okay, final question, then we're going to do a little bit of singing, and we get to sing to you, basically.
Oh, okay.
But, so that's what that's about. But first
all
off,
right.
our final question, let's see. Get your bouncing, your bouncing, your bouncing.
Oh, I'm sorry, I have my hand raised. Okay, sorry. Are we going to see any of Cadence in Shining Armor in Season 3? And also, can you please do the clock is ticking quote from Lesson 0?
Clock is ticking. I can't tell you. Sorry. I'm sorry. You don't want me to get in trouble, do you?
We want her to keep voicing Twilight Sparkle for a very long time, don't we? I want Milo Pony to keep on going until she knows what it's about. You think he fight?
She better not be trying to steal my job.
Okay, well, guys, I would like to. Oops. Taking over this. Okay, guys, I would very much like to finish off our Brony panel here with a sing-along of the opening scene, of the opening music. And I would like it. But we're going to divide it up a little bit, so you can see how the lyrics are written up on the screen. I would like.
We don't need the lyrics.
They don't need to scream.
But I'm dividing it up because I want the boys to sing My Little Pony in the first two lines there, and the girls to sing the red lines up there. I used to wonder what friendship could be. And so we're going to go like that, and then.
She's like, I'm gonna sing the whole thing. It'll be on YouTube, Daddy.
And when it goes to Big Adventure Tons of Fun, I would like to divide the audience into left and right. So you guys on your right here, you're going to sing the green, and the brown or black over there is by you guys on the right. So, and finally, because we're singing to Tara, I would like to get Marty here to take a video of it, pointing to the middle, because I was all right with you. You stand right in the middle. While y'all turn to sing to me towards you.
Yeah, just right here, and then we're looking at Martin. So everybody remember the lines? Everyone, so the boys and the girls left and right? Yeah, we're singing outside. Everybody, so tune up for a bit. Okay, and we go. My little pony, my little pony. Boy, girls.
I just wonder what friendship could be.
My little pony. Over here.
Big adventures fun, a beautiful heart, faithful and strong, sharing kindness, easy peasy.
Everyone.
And magic makes it all complete. My little pony, did you know you're all my very best friend?
Hold it,
Hey, I just want to make a quick announcement going back to the bronies. Does anybody here consider themselves to be a bit of a geek? Just around the corner in Palomino G, we have a second round of geek speed dating happening. Now this is a go and sign up and get registered right away, but I need some girls. Single girls who would like to take part in geek speed dating. They need to be over 18, and unfortunately, we're looking for serious mating material. How many people are fans of Big Bang Theory, you know, Sheldon's theories on proper mating? So if you are interested, it'll be starting in about 15 minutes or so. I'll watch on, this is great. So if you're interested, I want to head over to Palomino G and get signed up over there. Thank you very much.
All right, well, thanks, Dave. A hand again for Dave. So guys, as with all wonderful things, and unfortunately, as with wonderful Brony panels, we have to call this one to an end. I really hope that. Thank you, Kara. I've always wanted one of these. Anyways, so we were going to call this one to an end, and I'm going to say on behalf of Apple Bloom and Sweetie Belle and Pinkie Pie, Applejack, and all of you that's been here because these are my dogs, like listen to whatever. Here we go. Anyways, thank you very much, Tara, for coming to our program.